Hi, I'm Susan Escalante, and this is Dan Matheson, and we're here to talk to you today about financial planning and get some tips that can help you out. And let's just jump right in, Dan.
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, great. So I was thinking about a client the other day who, he's a professional, he has plenty of money, he has done some of his own, making his own decisions for his financial strategy, but we found out that he really hasn't made some really strong, good decisions that will help his money outlive him and go into the next generation. So I was wondering if you could share some ideas for people who are fully or partially managing their own financial planning.
Well, the first thing to remember is, look, if I was the world's most renowned heart surgeon, but if my wife had brain cancer, I would not be doing that surgery, right? I would rely on a professional. Now, if people are relying on themselves, it tells me a couple of things.
What's it tell you?
Well, number one, they've either had a bad experience with an advisor or pride, just flat out pride. They think that they can do it better than somebody else. Now, can people do well with managing their own money?
Well, I don't know. Some probably can.
Some probably can. But it's very
Not
few.
very many people.
So the problem with humans is that we think that we're better than we are typically.
Yeah.
Yeah, we think that we're smarter. We don't think the stock market's going to go down on us.
Ever.
Right? We think that we're smarter than we really are, and bad things don't happen to us. But the numbers and statistics say opposite. In fact, the average investor over their lifetime is going to earn maybe about 3%. At least that's what the studies show. An average institutional investor, however, when they're not emotionally involved, an institution, as they manage, they have professional money managers, they're earning around 9 to 10% or so.
That's just humongous difference.
Yeah, over your lifetime, think about that. So kind of what we have to do is we have to a little bit swallow our pride as we are individuals. We have to rely on, I don't know why we decide to go to the doctor and, you know, we need a prescription for this or that. We feel completely fine. Or most of us feel pretty good about going to a doctor when something's ailing us, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of times, sometimes we're hesitant to go to a financial advisor.
But you know, a lot of financial advisors have spent as much time educating themselves in their industry, in their field, as doctors have spent in their specialty.
Absolutely, isn't that it? But we don't think of it that way. Most people don't think of it that way. So that's the first thing is I really would employ a professional. If you're managing your own money, at least get a second opinion. You can't get a second opinion by the first person, by the person that gave you the first one, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe 2 or 3 even.
Yeah, 2 or 3. So it's not a bad idea to go around and get, you know, different opinions.
Okay, good. So the second opinion is very important.
Second opinion or a third opinion would be very good.
Okay, cool. So
that would be one thing. The other thing to remember is that as an individual, you don't have the resources or the time. Think about this, guys. There are thousands of mutual funds out there, and each one of them has a professional money manager that's managing that money every single day, all day long. They have degrees in economics, they have PhDs, they've been doing this with it, and they don't get it right all of the time. How in the world do you expect that you are going to get it right? When you're doing it part-time?
Right, exactly. So
just again, let the guy do it.
Do his job.
He's got his tool. Now, interesting experience just today. We had a friend come over, dropped his son off to be babysat at our house. Right? Locked the little child happened to lock the car.
Oh no!
So Grandpa was actually trying to hurry and go get to work, right? And he was saying, "Oh, if I had just a wire, if I had this, I could get in the car and I could get the unlock the door, unlock the car." And I said,
scary.
"No." So after a minute of us trying, I said, "Let's just call the police department. They'll come out. They've got the right tools."
They do.
And then just pop. And that's exactly what happened.
Takes them 2 seconds.
Takes them 2 seconds. We had tried. We started to scratch the paint on the car.
So why didn't you call them first?
Why didn't you call them in the first place? It's easier, and you're getting a lot better results by employing a professional.
Exactly.
That's why we need a financial professional. So, if you had a bad experience, again, if you're hesitant to use a financial advisor, maybe you have had a bad experience with an advisor. Not all advisors are great. to be frank.
Well, you are. I'm pretty good.
Well, thank you. Yeah. But you've got to employ the person that has the skill set to do it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you do, so you can help people out, because I worry about people. You know, especially people that have spent so much time and energy into trying to figure it out on their own and then making poor choices.
Yep.
That's very sad.
That's what we want to avoid.
We do, and we want to help people out.
Yep.
And that's why we're here. So I have something funny to show you.
Okay.
It is not related at all. But I'm going to show them first. I'm going to show our viewers what it is first.
So am I supposed to
look
turn
away
my
for a
head?
second.
Okay, look away.
Look away.
Look away.
Okay. Look what I found yesterday. Say it isn't so.
Oh, that's funny.
And then I didn't believe it, so I Googled it to be sure, and sure enough.
Sure enough, he's 56.
Sure enough, he's
huh?
56.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so if the Karate Kid is getting old, then oh my goodness, the rest of us are too.
Yeah, if the Karate Kid looks younger than we are, even though he's 56, we're really getting old.
We're not going to go there. Well, thank you guys for tuning in and watching our replay. And if you please look in the comments for
the disclosure.
And if you've heard anything today that will be helpful for you or your family members or a friend, please share it out with them. And we will see you next time.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you so much.